like earlier, we are going out live on NASA television, so they'll be able to hear anything you say. First thing is this is Mr. Rick
Mr. Vice
Hempling.
President, Rick Hempling, pleasure to meet you.
Rick, great to meet you too.
Welcome to the International Space Station Flight Control Room.
Yeah.
And so Senator Ted Cruz, this is our flight director on console.
How are you doing?
Rick Hempling,
Very good to meet you.
So the way this works is Rick has command and control of the flight control team. All of the operators here at the different consoles are receiving telemetry data from the International Space Station, are able to send commands up to the International Space Station. The building itself has the ability to support space station, our exploration program down the hall, our commercial partners, and then is strategically designed for any programs that we want to do in the future. And so these guys are super excited. You can see up on our screens, if we kind of start on the left-hand side, we've got what we call on the bottom left, our six-pack, because there's 6 screens. We've got Dragon up on the left-hand side, obviously our crew in the middle. We have 3 crew members on orbit today. Peggy Whitson, of course, most folks are familiar with her. She holds the American record for amount of time in space.
Yeah.
Jack Fisher, he's a first-time flyer on the left, and then Fyodor Yurchikhin. You can actually see a live shot of them moving to the right, and that's the U.S. lab, and they stayed up a little late from the perspective of their day, just so you guys could see what they do on orbit. We've also got, obviously I mentioned Command and Control Hub. We have all of our international partners. So up across the top, you've got the Marshall Space Flight Center. Far up on the left, next to them, one of our commercial partners, that's the SpaceX Control Room in Hawthorne, California. And if you go all the way across to the right on the top, that's actually the JAXA Control Room. Obviously, it's really late in JAXA or early, depending on how you look at it. You can see one of their folks in there watching over the data for JAXA. The screen down here, we've got a shot into the Dragon. So we birthed the Dragon just earlier this week, early Monday morning, so CRS-11. You guys know that's maybe the first reflight of a Dragon, and so that's an exciting thing for us. We also have OA-7, so that's an orbital vehicle that's still on orbit. It's left the space station, but it will be re-entering. It's currently doing some scientific experiments. So there's a lot going on, and I talked a lot, so I will pause and see if you have any questions.
That's great. So what clock are they on if this is late for them?
Yeah, so they do GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and so you can tell about 3 in the afternoon local is kind of when their day winds down, which is almost now. And so our GMT clocks, actually if you go over here, up at the top kind of right, left, in the middle, and then you got GMT, and then crew sleep is right below that, so an hour and 54 minutes they go to sleep. So this is kind of the time. Again, we normally turn off the cameras, but we left them on just for you guys today.
But mission control is manned 24/7.
Absolutely, sir. And so,
people up.
yes, it's the job of the flight directors. We have a team of flight directors and a team of controllers at the different consoles. We do flex the consoles depending on time of day and activities. For example, if you do an EVA, you have folks in here that are responsible for, the spacesuits and the spacewalk. We don't do that every day. So we do change it a little bit in terms of the actual numbers, trying to be efficient with our support.
How many EVAs will you have astronauts do in the course of a week or a month?
So we don't do them typically every week or every month. We tend to think in about a year. So last year there was on the order of about 6, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
When we were assembling the space station, we did them during shuttle missions, and you would have sort of a collection as you were putting the pieces together. Now a lot of what we do centers around preparing the space station and the ports for the next generation of vehicles, the commercial vehicles, and government vehicles.
Yeah, great.
You guys have questions?
All I say
Yes, sir.
We go ahead and take them up front.
All right, we got a few festivities up at the front.
Festivities?
Festivities.
Festivities.
You can come
We're
visit
getting away.
us.
Oh, no, we're happy to have you guys.
Thank you so much. It's very nice.
Yeah, so this is Pooja. She's our Capcom, Leslie Capcom, so they're our capsule communicators, and they're the ones who talk to the crew.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for your service.
Yeah, your jacket looks great.
Does it look okay?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, it comes from Madam.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to make it,
You guys missed the beginning introduction
It's very
to you,
enthusiastic
so
for the space program.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So right now you can see the International Space Station
Oh,
flying
yeah.
over
It even has like
southern
Vice
part of
President of the United States on it.
I know.
It's perfect.
It's orbital nighttime.
Great.
Cool, Jack. Nice to meet you.
Shortly, so I think when we're
Alrighty,
we have the festivities going on up at the front, you'll see daylight.
So how long does it take to do an orbit?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
You can get an app, by the way.
All right, we're gonna head up to the front a little bit.
Got a couple more things to do.
I don't want to get in anybody's way.
Oh, you're-
Thanks for your work here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, proud of you. Thanks, Greg.
I did not, but one of the other, like,
We coordinate all the committees around the food, make sure they have constant.
He's like, we're down here. Showed him the cake. He loves to play golf, so I had a golf cart on there, golf clubs, and individual blades of grass. It was awesome. And then we ate it. Dan, Tommy. Dan. Pleased to meet you too.
Somebody else.
Some things will double change.
Yeah.
Good. He's a big aficionado.
Service, it's great. Hi. See you, both. Don't get up. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for your work here. We're all proud of you. Uh-oh. Let's
come around to the back side, just so we can talk, and then I'll... So, it's your birthday. I know you probably get 10 birthday cakes today. This is a homemade cake.
I haven't got one yet.
Now
you do.
They don't let
Yeah.
you. This is a homemade cake made specially for you by one of our former flight directors who works in flight operations.
is that? Thank you.
And before we cut it, though, we've got a special presentation that Mr. Shireman would like to do. So.
Yeah, sir, we wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to come out here and meet our new astronauts and some of our older's probably bad, more experienced, more experienced current and more experienced astronauts. And we wanted to give you a little a reminder of the Americans working in space every day. So as you know, we got 3 up there today. In fact, we just had 2 return last week. We hope in the end of July to have 3 more astronauts go up and live and work on the space station. So we'd like to have you give this to you, a model of the International Space Station. I don't know if someone's told you exactly how big it is, but it's about the size of a football field. So from goalpost to goalpost and from sideline to sideline, weighs close to 1 million pounds and travels 17,500 miles an hour. So it's a big vehicle, and we're really proud of the research and the people who work on board.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. I'll cherish that. That'll be in the West Wing of the White House before start of business tomorrow. Let's give it up for the Vice President.
All right, so one more thing, and then we're back to touring.
We gotta cut the
which is-
cake?
We got to cut the cake.
Well,
So,
I just want to be very clear on this. When I was leaving this morning, I told my wife I wanted a birthday cake. And she said, how about we go with a birthday cupcake?
oh.
Well, and I'm going to tell her this is a Texas cupcake.
It is, absolutely. Texas.
Is that all right? Does that work? So, good. And everybody, we're going to spread this.
Oh yeah,
around,
we're
right,
gonna eat
everybody?
it.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so.
Very thoughtful. Thanks for your leadership.
Thank you, sir. All right, folks, one more round of applause. Happy birthday to Mr. Vice President.
Thank you all. Thanks for your work. America's proud of you, and it's a real honor for me to be here at Mission Control. So thank you, and God bless you.
Bless you, sir. Thanks. All right, 2.
Okay. This goes with me.
Yeah. Get one and we'll bring it upstairs. Yep. We're gonna
Gabby, get that corner piece.
Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna
We know where they're going.
Enjoy your flight, sir.
They're gonna,
I think they'll bring it. That's much for the lighthouse, I think.
This is Mission Control Houston. Vice President Pence and his entourage now has left Mission Control here in Houston, the International Space Station Flight Control Room, following his remarks earlier in the day at the introduction of the 2017 class of astronaut candidates in nearby Building 9. So a new class of astronaut candidates having been secured, and the crew on board the International Space Station having wrapped up its work for the day. Vice President Pence having completed his visit to the International Space Station Flight Control Room here at the Johnson Space Center. With that, we'll wrap up this portion of our coverage for the day. This is Mission Control Houston.